Welcome back into the Alabama Football Report. As promised, a second video for you guys today, breaking down all that happened on the first day of the early National Signing Day period. If you enjoy National Signing Day, if you enjoy recruiting in general, then like the video right now. Not quite a perfect day for the Crimson Tide, but a pretty good day overall. If you enjoyed it, like the video right now. Here's what happened on early National Signing Day. Alabama ended the day at number 3 in the rankings, the composite rankings. They are now a clear-cut, undisputed number 2. 23 of their 25 commits have signed. The other 2 are set to sign later on in January, so shouldn't be too much concerned about there. Bama also pulled off 2 flips, although not quite the one we were most hoping for. As of filming, knowing things are going to change because they always do, this is where the top 10 recruiting classes sit for the class of 2024. Georgia is number 1. Doesn't really seem possible for Bama to catch them. Too many just, they flipped KJ Bolden, a huge get from them away from FSU, and that pretty much locked him into the top spot. Bama is number 2. OSU didn't have a good day. They slid down to number 3 on the rankings. They lost some players, did keep some. Kept Houston, kept Jeremiah Smith, but did lose some other guys. Oregon, they pulled a receiver from OSU, jumps to 4, a big day for the Ducks. Texas is still 5, Florida State 6, Miami 7. We'll give Auburn Hugh Freeze some credit. We'll be nice for once. They're number 8. Oklahoma is 9. Notre Dame is 10. Also worth just looking at and chuckling at the SEC rankings. The SEC has 10, they have half of the top 20 classes. They have 13 of the top 25. They've also got Ole Miss at 21, Missouri 24, UK at 25. Vanderbilt's at 40, Mississippi State's at 35, Arkansas at 28. Loaded recruiting class once again. Georgia's 1, Bama's 2, Texas is 3 in the SEC. We got to put Texas, Oklahoma in now. Got to do it. Texas is 5 overall. Auburn, Oklahoma, all in the top 10. LSU is 11, Tennessee's 13th overall. Florida had a really rough day. They kept DJ Lagway, big deal for them. They are very much trending in the wrong direction overall for Florida. They might even drop a bit more as the next couple days go on. A&M is 17th now, and South Carolina is 20. Now, there might be the occasional get, maybe 1 or 2 more pieces left here. Grade Alabama's 2024 recruiting class. It's the pinned comment on today's show. So if the ad comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and go vote. A, B, C, D, or F. There were 3 notable additions / flips today. Now, still get to find a full pronunciation for our 4-star defensive lineman, Steve M. He is French-Canadian. So I did ask our French producer here at Chat Sports, Sam Brown. I know, but that's not a French name, but he's still French. He says it's pronounced Mboumoua. Mboumoua. So I'm going to think that is correct. So Steve Mboumoua, the 4-star defensive lineman. What's most crazy about this, he announced his decision today. Turns out he actually didn't commit today. He actually committed back in September and asked Bama to keep it under wraps. So Alabama's known the entire time for months now they were going to have him, and it was going to be a fun early National Signing Day flip, or addition, I should say, for Steve Mboumoua. So number 1 Canadian player. Got a German and a Canadian in this recruiting class. Nick Saban's wilding now. The other 2 big gets were the flips. Aeryn Hampton, this was a notable one. The former Texas recruit who's probably going to play wide receiver. He did play corner as well, so there's some flexibility there. He flipped from Texas to Alabama as there's some weird Florida lost a guy to A&M. A&M might lose a guy to Texas, and Texas might lose a guy to Bama, and then Florida kind of gets hung out to dry. All kind of potential receivers there. 2-2-2 overall, the 12th ranked athlete, number 38, by the way, from the state of Texas. And then probably the biggest get of all is running back Kevin Riley, the 4-star running back. Riley, this was one Bama was trying very hard to maintain, try to keep him in the fold, or get him to be in the fold. He's from Tuscaloosa, right? Huge addition for Alabama. They didn't have a running back recruit. Now they do. We'll go more in depth here on Riley, but first, today's show is made possible by PrizePicks. PrizePicks is the largest independently owned daily fantasy sports platform in North America. And it's easy, it's fun, and exciting to play. You just pick more than or less than on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch those winnings roll in. You can also mix and match NFL, NBA, NFL bowl games, NBA, whatever it is, they got you covered. Here are my prize picks for the CFP semifinal. More than on Jalen Milroe passing and yards on the ground, and more than Roman Wilson receiving yards. I like him. He's a good football player. You can get a big chunk play from J.J. McCarthy. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. Links in the comments and the description of today's show. Again, that's prizepicks.com/CLNS. So Riley is another top 100 addition for the Alabama Crimson Tide. He's the number 4 ranked back. He was committed to the Miami Hurricanes. Instead, the Tuscaloosa product going to stick around home, which is always, people sometimes get surprised, like, wow, he's from Tuscaloosa. How'd you let him get out of there? Like, guys, sometimes college kids don't want to stay at home anymore. So that's why I always think that the really local kids can sometimes be a bit of a trickier get. You know, I didn't want to, I'm from Cincinnati originally. I didn't want to go to the University of Cincinnati. It's not being away. That's not going somewhere new, you know. Here's what Kevin Riley said, though, about signing with Alabama. On the visit, I wanted to see how I felt. I liked the feeling I had around campus as I walked around and drove around. It was a nice feeling there for me. It had that home feeling. I went back home, thought about it, and decided that Alabama is where I wanted to be. It came down to Alabama being the best fit for me to develop and me being the best that I can be. The message to me on the visit was I am different, and I can be in a role just like Jahmyr Gibbs was in their offense. Bonus points if you're creative here. Give me your one-word reaction to what will finish as the number 2 ranked class in 2024 for the Alabama Crimson Tide. One word and one word only. Sound off in the comments section. Now, Alabama did not have a perfect day. There were some other players they had been targeted, linked to. Jadan Baugh, who was supposed to commit later in the day, ended up committing early. Decommits from Arkansas, goes to Florida. He'll probably be a running back. Solomon Williams, moments ago, picked A&M over Bama and others. That one was somewhat expected, but still. And the one that had generated a lot of buzz and did not end up materializing, Eddrick Houston, does not flip from Ohio State. Bama had made a late, strong push. The Buckeyes managed to keep him. And Ryan Day, he had been linked to losing Jeremiah Smith, the number 1 ranked receiver, Houston, a 5-star defensive lineman / edge. They keep them both. If Bama had gotten Houston and Georgia had not gotten KJ Bolden, the number 1 spot might have been in the fold. Instead, Bama will settle, emphasis on the settle, for the number 2 spot. Couple more quick notes here. Not signing / announcing today. Ryan Williams is going to sign later in January. Again, he's enrolling extra early. He reclassified his proper terminology there. Auburn fans convinced they're going to get him, but okay, we'll see about that. They already got multiple receivers. Seems like they're going to take another one. 5-star recruit there. Again, expectation remains Bama. Terry Busey, an athlete / receiver, 5-star. Bama's been linked. I wonder if the addition of Hampton means he does not go to A&M. He did get caught in the Texas State Championship game wearing Texas gloves, despite being an A&M commit. So he's going to not commit today. I think Thursday was the plan, or was that in January? I don't remember which one exactly it was, but he's not committing today either way. We'll keep you guys covered in the future. Zay Mincy, this is the Thursday one, you're right. Zay Mincy and Daniel Hill are going to sign, in theory, tomorrow, and Daniel Hill might even do it later today. But they're going to announce on January 6th the decision at the All-American Bowl, which now kind of destroyed by the early Sunday because there were so many guys that would commit then, it's not as much fun, I guess, anymore. So other possibilities there remain to sign / finalize that class for the Crimson Tide. Before we go, a reminder to subscribe. We'll have some transfer portal stuff for you guys tomorrow on Thursday. Hey, Evan Stewart, finally in the portal. Hit that sub button for more free Alabama football videos, plus a college football playoff semifinal live watch party. Don't miss out. Hit that sub button right now.